Hello everyone, I am Ladiedra Smalley and today I am presenting a snapshot of my practicum experience in enrollment management. Before I begin, I wanted to give a brief overview of the key points that I will be discussing regarding my experience. Beginning with a brief description of my practicum site, I will compare and contrast expectations, discuss the impact that this experience had on my career, and end with reflections and advice to other scholars. Starting with the details, my practical site took place on the campus of Georgia Southwestern State University in the Kane Central Building. My experience was focused on enrollment management and supervised by Dr. Gay Hayes, who is the Assistant Vice President of Enrollment Management. With this practicum, I was tasked with completing 100 experience hours, and I did so between August through October 2023. Moving on to compare and contrast, before the practicum, I knew that doing this experience would be beneficial because it would allow me to explore a career path that was different from my current job. Due to the size of my institution, the Vice President of Enrollment Management is also the leader that resides over other offices, which means I would have more opportunities to network with other departments and be exposed to their duties and processes. I expected that my experience would be hands-on and immersed in data-intensive tasks. I also expected to gain a deeper understanding of the way enrollment management operates for international students. Naturally, I had concerns about my practicum that were related to my ability to successfully manage and balance my time. I was also concerned with being competent in overcoming challenging tasks and whether this experience would add any perspective to my current profession. During my experience, I was given the title of Enrollment Management Assistant, and some of my duties included learning how to understand data report analysis and what it reveals about our enrollment, attending several tuition classification trainings since my mentor is the liaison for tuition classification, and attend programs and events regarding ways to enhance student outreach and success. By the end of my practicum, I can confidently say that the benefits of participating in this experience exceeded my expectations. I feel that I was able to mark all of the boxes regarding that. My experience was also what I expected it to be, and I feel that my academic and professional development were enhanced because of that. Through the guidance of my mentor, I was able to find that balance between work and engaging in activities and tasks that would allow me to get the most out of my practicum experience. Moving to how this experience impacted my career, when I participated in the training, I learned how essential it is to enrollment management to pay attention and be comprehensive in the small details. As I navigated through systems like Excel, TargetX, Salesforce, etc., my data literacy skills enhanced, and I began to see how technology impacts the way that my mentor keeps track of data and the way that we could tell what went wrong because of the way we utilize technology. We also talked about the way that data was tracked when she first began her position and how more efficient our institution has become with providing the resources that we need to paint the picture of enrollment on our campus. Another impact is the way that I developed as a professional due to this experience. I had the opportunity to network with individuals and groups that I do not interact with on a frequent basis. Where I assumed that enrollment management was a one-man show, I learned that other departments had their part to play in making the vice president of enrollment's job easier. I was reminded that enrollment and retention truly is everyone's business. Now I would like to show just a little bit of the data that was collected during the time of my experience. The fall 2023 semester was a momentous time for GSW. At the time this campus newsletter went out, the data analysis anticipated that GSW would see the highest number of enrolled students in the institution's history. After attending a town hall with the president of the university, I learned that our institution hasn't seen more than 3,300 enrolled students since the Vietnam War. We can attribute those numbers to many citizens having to make the choice of attending school or going to war. I cannot imagine the way that data was collected then, but that contrast is a span of over 68 years. So we were pretty stoked about a much needed boost in the enrollment of students. The next artifact that I wanted to share is a snapshot of the data that my mentor keeps track of and the way that our Office of Institutional Research works to establish a report that explains what that data means. All in all, I'm proud to say that in comparison to fall 2022, we have seen an 11% increase in enrollment for fall 2023. This data is also reported periodically to our governing board, which is the University System of Georgia. What fascinated me about these charts is not the data itself, but the work that different departments would do to make sure that the data was accurate. I wanted to highlight what it was like attending enrollment management meetings. This is where I began to realize the role that everyone plays in the big picture. These departments are not listed on here, but campus and residential life and athletics were also involved in these meetings from time to time. They will often give us insight based on conversations and feedback given from students, and they were essential to keeping us grounded and tuned in to the needs of our students to ensure that they maintain active enrollment. In turn, this allowed us to adapt more efficiently because of those interactions and rapid feedback. The last thing that I wanted to reflect on is my overall experience and advice to scholars about participating in a practicum experience. Should you do it? Yes, absolutely. Having the opportunity to learn about other careers without having to commit to it can be less pressure, fun, and informative. In addition, you never know where these opportunities can take you. There are some students who are offered positions in those departments after graduation. Others are able to do their current jobs more effectively because of the processes that they learned from their experience. When it comes to finding a practicum site, I would highly recommend starting that process early. And if you are not currently affiliated with an institution, I recommend researching multiple institutions and networking with professionals in your field of interest. Once you have secured your practical site and mentor, it is important to consider how you will balance your time between your work and practicum experience. If you have any concerns, reach out to the instructor or your mentor and work to resolve those concerns so that you may have a positive practicum experience. Keeping an open communication is the key to a successful experience. Enjoy the opportunity, give it your all, and use this time to figure out the things in life that give you purpose. Understand that small details about yourself can really make a difference. I hope that this advice helps, and I hope that you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you for watching.